Alright, so I gotta, like, read this. Oh, here we go. Revache is the largest criminal organization currently operating within Crossbow State. Its inception dates back to roughly 1130 of the Septian calendar, coinciding with the founding of the state itself. As the name Revache & Co. would suggest, its fortune was amassed by smuggling goods between the Empire and Republic under the guise of a trading company. In turn, Revache was able to seize control of Crossbow's underworld. Currently, Revache is known to participate in several illegal businesses, including arms, smuggling, the sale of stolen goods, land speculation, insider trading, mirror laundering, sex rings, intermediary agencies for Jaeger Corps, and so on. That's a lot of stuff. Due to its close ties to influential Diet members, Revache is rarely punished for its criminal offenses. While members may be arrested from time to time, it's common for their bail to be posted almost immediately. I see. This intrigue is a pretty good overview of Revache. We've only heard rumors and scraps of info until now. Nice to have everything together in one place. Seeing all this, it's evident what a formidable organization they are. For real, these guys are making a killing with these shady ops of theirs. Range of members, low-level workers, inside and outside the state. Revache's ranks include several former Jaegers and soldiers. Despite not being able to yada yada, Revache holds deep ties with influential figures in both the Empire and Republic. From the recent intel, they've begun to lose ground to Hayui, a rival organization. We know what Hayui is. I had no idea Revache was this large and well-armed. Not only that, but they have men in their ranks with real battlefield experience. Yeah, it makes sense. Even their lowest ranking underlings put up a good fight. Not to mention their warhounds. They're still using them even after what happened. It's like the arrest we made in Mainz was for nothing. I'm afraid so. Pretty disappointing to think. Don Marconi. Marconi controls Crossbow's largest mafia as he's the president. I thought Garcia was the president, but I guess not. Or Garcia was something else. Garcia was I thought he was the head of Revache. He's the fit man to hold the position, but did not inherit it conventionally. 8 years ago, control, yada yada, betrayal. Perhaps due to his Arab-building and heritage, he prioritizes relationships with members of the Diet's Imperial faction. He also made inroads with Republican faction. He seeks to leverage both factions in order to take advantage of Crossbow's unique circumstances. He seeks to fashion himself as Arab-building after Arab-building nobility. Damn, look at this arrogant old fart. He may look like a jolly old man, but his actions paint him as anything but. It appears Marconi is a much more cunning individual than we were led to believe. Though he's firmly affiliated with the Empire, he still managed to forge ties with the Republic. No question, this guy's trouble. Garcia Rossi. Garcia Rossi's official position at Revache & Co.'s is General Manager of Sales. Behind the scenes, however, he acts as the Mafia's underboss and is the commander of its rank-and-file henchmen. Rossi previously served as a commanding officer of Zephyr Jaeger Corps. When Marconi toppled the former Don 8 years ago, he contacted Rossi to aid him in his bid for power. Afterward, Marconi recruited him away from the Corps to join Revache & Co. permanently. Rossi was also the architect, yada yada. In his Jaeger days, he earned the moniker Killing Bear. Revache's second in command. He's a second in command. Okay, I must have got them mixed up then. Revache's second in command. He's from the Jaeger Corps. Zephyr. That name sounds familiar. That does sound familiar. That was... I can't pinpoint what it was, but it was something in, another Cold Steel. I was gonna say Sky, but it's not. Probably because it's one of the strongest corps in all of Western Zemeria. If that guy was a commanding officer of Zephyr, trust me, his strength is no joke. Oh yeah, wasn't Zephyr is that was Fee's Jaeger Corps? And then there's also what were their names? The other dudes from Cold Steel 2. He's like old Jaeger Corps or whatever. I don't remember the other two names, but there were two other members of Zephyr in Cold Steel 2 that you got to fight. I've actually heard rumors about the Killing Bear before. Didn't realize this was the guy. It makes sense. He practically radiated strength. But Randy, how do you know so much about all this? Travel as much as me and you'll hear all sorts of rumors. Speaker Hartman. Hartman's an extremely influential... In my head, I was thinking of Hartman, right? And I remembered the guy we talked to with pink hair who has a family. His name was Hayworth, though. I was getting Hayworth and Hartman confused. I was like, there's no way. I thought Hartman was Hayworth, and I was like, oh my word, he's bad? And I was like, nah, Hartman's a completely different character. Hartman's an extremely influential politician who holds the position of Speaker of the Crossbell Diet. Acts as leader of Imperial faction, descendant of Arab... Man, a lot of descendants of Arabonian nobility and Jaegers and stuff. Also considered an old friend of Marconi. Operates in the Mafia's various criminal enterprises. Hartman had an unofficial meeting with the Imperial Chancellor, Gileath Osborne. Oh, I can't wait till we see Osborne in this duology. I mean, he's obviously, like, in Arabonia by now, probably, or maybe. Or no, he shows up later in Arabonia and Cold Steel, so I don't know what he's up to. So this is Speaker Hartman. He kind of strikes me as some hoity-toity Imperial noble rather than a politician. Did he really manage to get an audience with Empire's Blood and Iron Chancellor? Yes, though it was evidently an informal one, Chancellor Osborne did have a meeting with him. It still irks me to hear that he would meet with Speaker Hartman, but completely snub my grandfather. At the time, the whole matter was quite the hot topic in both nations' political spheres. I can't believe I never heard about that. The Blood and Iron Chancellor making a name for himself, alright. I can't help but wonder what the reason behind this visit was. Alright, everything was fuzzy until now, but I'm starting to see the big picture. I agree. Revache is led by a ruthless yet cunning boss, with a former Jaeger commander as his right-hand man. Further, they have strong ties to Speaker Hartman. Not only that, but if the Speaker has ties to the Blood and Iron Chancellor, then it's no wonder the CPD can't do a damn thing about the Mafia. That's true. Wait just a moment. I believe I have discovered concealed data within the memory quartz. Concealed data? Can you pull it all or pull it upwards? Hold up, if there was stuff hidden, does that mean that Brad is messing with us? Yes, it seems he tried to test whether or not I was able to notice it. This punishment will be long and painful. Well, that aside for now, were you able to recover the data? Yes, I will put the level of difficulty at easy peasy lemon squeezy. Schwarz auction. Is that a Schwarz auction? That's the thing Estelle and Joshua were asking us about, wasn't it? Nice one, Yona. That little scoundrel really pulled through for us. Seems to confirm that it is in fact a real event. And further, that's connected in some way to Revache. Yeah, I had a feeling it was more than just a rumor. Alright, we should take a look. I need a minute before I read this. The Schwarz Auction is an annual event staged by Revache on the final day of the Anniversary Festival. It's held in the form of a private, largely secret party hosted at Speaker Hartman's mansion in Michelin. Most items up for bid are first-class works of art, such as paintings and jewelry acquired through theft, bribery, tax evasion, and illegal back channels. Additionally, invites are not limited to crossbellions, nobles, and affluent people from across the continent are extended invitations, making the auction function as an on and off-the-record gathering of Zemuria's high society. Schwarz Auction is a major source of income for Revache. It also provides Speaker Hartman with the ideal place to network with influential figures. Security is solely handled by Revache's forces as well. Entry is prohibited unless a guest possesses a black invitation card engraved with a golden rose. Is this real? Unbelievable. I think that's something this massive has been happening every single year. Isn't this strange? Despite being a secret, this information describes it as a large-scale social event. Well, I'm sure the police and mass media are well aware, but are forced to keep their lips sealed about it. Otherwise, there's no way that people wouldn't know about a huge event. Exactly. Chief. Good evening, sir. Color me surprised. Didn't expect you guys to get this far on your own. This ain't the place to talk, though. Come on, I'll give you the full rundown in my office. So you admit that all the information in those files is accurate? Yeah, unfortunately so. Beats me who did all the research, but they got quite a gold mine of stuff. But all the CPD's top brass know about this, right? Yeah, though I wouldn't say it's for everyone. Anyone that's at Inspector rank or higher for sure, the entire division too. Hell, even Arios and the Bracer Guild have probably known all about it for a while now. That means this is another barrier standing in our way. Oh yeah, an extraordinarily huge one. You know, I don't intend to restrict what you guys can do, but I wouldn't recommend poking your nose any further into the Schwarz auction. Stuff like this is well beyond your pay grade, kids. But Chief, now Chief, let's not mince words here. You're not saying this is beyond us, you're just trying to tell us the CPD itself has its hands tied, aren't you? Considering all the influential figures invited and the fact that Speaker Hartman is the host of entire gatherings, the auction is practically untouchable. If citizenry is not in imminent danger, the Bracer Guild cannot act either. So it seems there's nothing anyone can do. And we can't just... Calm down, you aren't the only frustrated person here, trust me. Think about the First Division grinding their teeth every year, powerless to do anything. If this event ever gave them the slightest chance, they'd be charging in to take it down before even the guild could respond. But despite being shady as all hell, it appears to be just another glamorous party. Damn. Basically, if you tried to crack down on the Schwarz auction and screwed up, the SSS would be finished. That's why for your own good I can't let you chase after this. Anyway, that's the gist of it. How frustrating. Listen, I'm not telling you to accept how things are. Just understand sometimes you have to chin up, look forward, and figure out how much you can really accomplish. Don't forget that pit in your stomach right now, though. Keep at it, and your chance will come one day. So don't get too down, huh? I understand, sir. From now on, we'll stop looking into the auction. Lloyd. Sorry, Lloyd, but we're gonna do it behind your back, and you'll never find out about it. That's a lie. You'll totally find out about it. Damn, this really sucks. With that, the third day of the anniversary festival ended. Tio's past, a mysterious story of Lloyd's brother, a hacker known as Kitty, a detailed report regarding Revache, and then the Schwarz auction sitting at the center of the Crossbows Injustices. With all of it still spinning inside of his head, Lloyd slipped into a restless sleep. Alright, day 2 is done, or day 3 is done. My mistake. Honestly, the very first day doesn't even really count. It was just scenes, but in terms of the game, it was the third. This is the third, or fourth day, I guess. We just did the third day. The first day had no, like, cuts, gameplay. It was just scenes. Hey, you need to wake up now? We have a meeting, remember? Morning, Ellie. What are you doing here in my room? She's waking you up. Good morning, Lloyd. Well, since you hadn't come downstairs, I thought I should come check on you. I take it you didn't sleep well, given what we heard yesterday. You could see right through me, Ellie. How you holding up? Oh, I'm fine. If I were to lose heart after something like that, I'd never get anywhere. Besides, I think I always knew the truth deep down. The reality that the secret party was, in fact, another example of just how corrupt Crossbows become. I was simply in denial, trying to look away from it. But not anymore. I don't intend on living with regrets or feeling powerless to help. I decided to face those feelings with my head held high. That's what the chief told us to do, and I'm going to use that as my motivation to move forward. I see. That settles it then. You already found your resolve, and there's no reason for me to hesitate anymore. Let me get changed and I'll meet you all downstairs. Sure thing. Since breakfast is ready, let's have our meeting while we eat. Sounds good. Thanks, Ellie. You got like a skillet or something? I can go for a skillet right now, even though it's like 6 o'clock. Ellie's come a long way this last month. She's not carrying the same doubts she used to. I'd rather keep it up so I don't fall behind. So it's already the 4th day of the anniversary festival. We're gonna have our work cut out for us. The 4th day. Ah yes, Lloyd's 47th pair of his uniform. Alright, it's the 4th day of the festival. Time to get to work. I'm sure a lot of support requests have come in overnight, so let's take a look. Right, today's the big parade. too. Not to mention there are tourists traveling all across the state during the festival. As we suspected, a lot of requests have come in, lost belongings, missing children, etc. Might be a little much to try and tackle all of them at once. Let's do what we can and go forth from there. Sounds like a plan. What we got? What we got? There are 2 requests. I don't count this one because it's mandatory. We gotta do this one now. We might even do this one now. This is just a monster kill. We'll just do both of these. First thing I want to do, though, is go to Guy's grave because we haven't... I just did? Oh, did I not check the main one? Alright, I must have not checked that one. Alright, so it is by the church. Church, 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 church. Isn't the church in the residential district? I want to say it is. I like the confetti falling. Also, we don't get the good music. I mean, this music is fine, but I want the good music back. It's the Maine's Mountain Road. Oh, it's on the way to Maine's? Okay. Oh, I saw a question I did want to answer, but I was in cutscenes. After seeing Chaos get annoyed in Three Houses DLC, I have a question. Would you have an easy and boring game or a hard and annoying game? There's a case to be made for both, but I think my answer is easy and boring if those are my only 2 options. Because it's a lot easier, especially with a turn-based game, it's easier to screw up harder difficulty than it is, like, you know. It's easier to, like, make me not want to play a really hard and annoying game than it is, like, an easy and boring one. My rule of thumb is always, like, if I was in charge of difficulty, I would, like, what I would do is, first of all, I'd have difficulty sliders. Difficulty sliders are really good. Another thing I think is, I was reminded of it when I was playing the Grandy of Redux patch yesterday, but I don't mind so much if enemy encounters are a joke, like in a game, right? Like, Wild Arms 2. I'll use Wild Arms 2 as an example. Like, I don't mind if enemy encounters are, like, laughably easy or, like, on the easier side, but bosses is where I really want some challenge. Like, I want some challenge more for the bosses. You don't have to make them, like, overly hard SMT, like, level of difficulty, or, like, I do remember Cinder Shadows being hard, so that applies. But, you know, I would like a little bit of challenge in my bosses. I don't like when they're, like, mindless and you don't, like, have to try. Chat, which one is Guy's grave? I thought I'd be able to notice it, but I'm not. There are a bunch of graves. Surely it would let me examine the grave and we get some fun dialogue. This is Trails. Oh, is it right here? Of course it's the isolated one. Here lies Guy Bannings, S1176 to 1201. Oh, no dialogue? I thought there'd be some dialogue. Alright. Nice that we got to see it, I guess. What was I thinking? But yeah. So, I'd have to go with the easy and boring game because you run the risk of making a hard and annoying game, like, so hard and annoying that I don't want to play it anymore. So, I'd go with the former. Alright, I want to... But overall, difficulty sliders, always the best way, because with difficulty sliders, you can always adjust it on the fly. Okay. What am I doing? I want to do this, I've been reading a lot. Let's do this, monster. Bubbly Scissors G, sighted on the East Crossbow Highway. Let's go take him down.